Just play
You
it.
are dating us. What are you doing?
I used to like put a straw in my ear and I'd like pretend like I was like singing. Before I even turn the key, before I make a mistake.
Oh, you're hired, kid. You're hired.
Yeah.
That was your audition.
The producer's hiring.
Yeah, you're hired.
Let's just say I can't do it on command. I can't do it now. It was a one-time experience.
Welcome back to Boys Love, Boys Love. We are doing our first ever interview. We have a K-pop group. It's the most exciting thing that's ever happened to me in my life. I truly think I'm peaking in this very moment right now. As always, we are Adam and RJ, but more importantly, we have Rewind, the brand new debuted K-pop phenomenon with us today. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hi.
Should we do an introduction really quick?
Sure.
Hi, we're Rewind.
Welcome, guys. This
Welcome.
is so exciting.
It's so
Thank you
exciting.
for
Thank
joining.
you so much. Thank you so much for spending time in your busy debut schedule.
We're so excited to be here with you guys. We were like waiting for it all day.
Oh my
no.
God. Thank you.
You're simply flattering us, and that's way too nice. You don't have to, but you're like idol ready. You're so professional already. I love it.
Check. You passed. You passed that first idol test. You're good.
You guys want to introduce each of you individually really quick?
Hi, I'm Lei, kind of the low voice of Rewind.
Hi, I'm Alaya. I'm the mama papa of the group.
I'm Eddie. I'm the Mang and the one take wonder.
Ah, Eddie's the one take wonder. Okay.
So we're not gonna have to edit around Eddie. Luckily.
No, keep Eddie's feed live.
Again, congratulations on your debut. This is such an exciting time for you. Obviously, it's been a long time coming. Rewind was initially announced as coming to us in the end of 2023, if that's correct. Mm-hmm. So fans have been eagerly awaiting this debut for quite some time now, but it's finally here. So congrats again. We had general questions about your background with K-pop. What's your kind of background? What groups got you into K-pop specifically?
I was watching K-drama with my family when I was in middle school. And I saw Yuna from Girls' Generation. And from there, I searched her up and I was like, oh my God, I really like her. Oh my God, she's in a girl group called Girls' Generation. And from there, I found Mr. Taxi. And I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. And that was my introduction into the world of K-pop.
I vividly remember this one night or this one evening at my high school's Asian Student Association where the upperclassmen were showing all of us a bunch of K-pop music videos. And that was my first taste of K-pop ever. I vividly remember there was Girls' Generation Lionheart, GOT7, If You Do, Infinite, Bad, Day 6, Congratulations. So I was just being bombarded with all of these great songs and I kind of fell in from there. And at the same time, I was also listening to NSYNC, so Western boy band stuff. So I just really loved all of these groups and their music.
Eddie, how about you? I know you are Korean American, so I didn't know if you had an earlier start with K-pop.
I mean, yeah, Boys Over Flowers and Music Bank was played at full blast ever since the womb. So I grew up around it. My earliest memory of K-pop that I'm just realizing is my cousin who lived with me. She had this little blue iPod, and it also displayed the music video of Girls' Generation's G on it. And I remember begging my parents to buy her make her a pair of dyed jeans because they're wearing these pink neon green shorts, and I was like, huh. But then I just fell in love with my culture and the music, and Girls' Dance to Star were major stars that helped me fall in love with it even more. And then BTS Fire Era was when I fell in love with boy groups, and that's where it kind of started. I was in my bedroom doing both.
Yeah.
Fire.
Okay. So what's really exciting about your guys's, I would say, concept is that you are specifically an Asian American group. You'll be shocked to find out I am not Asian American. However, And RJ though,
Shocked. They're shocked,
Shocked.
Adam. Shocked. to
and he's an
find out.
actor, guys. Don't worry. RJ is also not Asian American. He's actually Filipino born and raised.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
immigrated here when he was in 8th grade.
So I'm curious, like, how was that experience for you guys, especially as you're like getting into the arts, like getting into like performance? Like, how did that kind of like shape, like your outlets, your creative outlets?
I'm Chinese American, like biologically fully Chinese, but my family's also mixed. So growing up, I had like a healthy influence of like both types of culture, and like specifically my dad, who's Caucasian. Like he grew up in America his whole life, and he kind of indoctrinated me with rock music growing up. A lot of like good pop music from from the '60s all the way to like the early 2000s. And I think the combination of having my tie to like my Asian side and having that influence from a very like true American background, I guess, I think I got a very kind of healthy mix that I really like credit to like how I grew up as a musician, or as like my relationship with music is kind of centered around having those having a step in both worlds.
So Alana and I are both only children, so
Mm.
siblings. So it was kind of interesting for me because I grew up in an area where there wasn't a lot of racial diversity,
Mm.
and I was like one of the very, very few Korean kids in my school up till high school.
Wow.
And there was just kind of like this weird thing of like taking ownership of like my culture and listening to music. I remember I was waiting to pick up one of my cousins from school with my mom, and she was blasting a K-drama OST with like the windows open. I'm like, Mom, like, turn it down. And I remember I got scolded so bad for that, and I felt so ashamed. But then when BTS was on the rise, I would listen to, like the Love Yourself album, and people would be like, what are you listening to? And I'm like, K-pop, BTS. And they're like, oh, okay. And there was kind of this weird stigma of it being this foreign, I don't know, cringy. I have no idea what people were thinking of it. But as I was alone in that way, I was more proud of it as a result. And I just started to, take ownership of that part of my youth.
I was born and raised in Mexico, but
Oh, cool.
grandfather is from Spain, and his his mother is from France. So all my life I thought that I was like Mexican, but like technically I'm just half European.
Huh.
I grew up in Mexico.
Oh,
And
cool.
both my mom and my dad have both showered me with a lot of their cultures, which I grew up with a lot of Mexican and Japanese culture. So there's still a lot more that I want to uncover of Mexican culture and Japanese culture. There's a lot more that I want to learn. And even in the future, I'm hoping that one day I can, release music in maybe Spanish or Japanese.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely one of my goals.
That would be so cool. I mean, I think this is a really exciting time, obviously, for Asian Americans in general, because in the last like few years, there's been such like a cultural recognition of
Mhm.
like Asian American excellence, and I think like you stepping into this spotlight at this time is so exciting for each of you. Honestly, I'm genuinely so happy for all you guys.
Thank you so much.
What do you guys have on rewind? What are you listening to at the moment? What can you not get enough of?
Other than Forever and Reset,
Very good.
Other
That's a
than-
professional. That's a professional.
Other than keeping those streams up. Yeah.
Mhm.
oh, I've been really into the J-pop girl group 5E.
Oh, they just posted a they just posted a dance challenge for the
I saw it right before.
from it was Alan and
Oh, that was them.
yes, that was them.
Oh,
yes.
T.
Yeah, they just had like a pre-release song, and I think they have an album soon. But I've been really into them, specifically their newest song, Magic Clock. I really love UFO
Mhm.
and Underground.
I've always been a big Giveon fan. I just love like the tone of his voice, and like
Yes.
hours are all hours. So just a lot of that. I would love to do music like that one day, honestly, too.
I only know Giveon because my nephew, who is like a sophomore in high school, remember when we visited and he like he was like, I want to be a singer, and it was like singing "Give Me Up."
Oh yes.
I was
Oh
like,
my
who is
god.
this? And I was like looking at him, I was like, oh my god.
You broke his heart.
One thing that some of my friends have put me onto is Ari's Deluxe.
Oh, okay.
It just came out, so I was listening to all the new tracks, and there are definitely going to be some that I want to like. I haven't been able to listen to much other music in the last 24 hours, but I'm going to be streaming that again and again.
Okay, we're gonna get into member specific stuff, which is so exciting. Alaya, you are the leader of this group, so we are obviously starting with you. I'm sorry, you have to go first. That is the rule. Okay, so you grew up in New York.
Yes.
Okay, great. Just confirming in real time. Correct. Great. Sounds good. Okay, so New York, famously a huge arts cultural scene. What are your arts influences in New York specific?
One of the earliest things that I did, my parents put me into 14 years of martial arts and boxing, but I was more into the arts. And I think one of the first things that I did was tap dancing when I was around like 3 or 4. And then I started to.
There's no coordinating.
Show us.
Hop up.
Yeah, quick,
do a
quick
little
collab
buffalo.
Yeah, little buffalo.
Shuffle off to Buffalo.
Anything, no.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, it looked so great. Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
sure it looked great.
from there, I think I really wanted to sing all my life. So I started singing around like age 8 or 9. But I was just really, I guess I didn't really take it in a lot, but I grew up with a lot of like VH1, MTV. My dad would always put on like the countdown and we would watch it all the time. And there was a lot of artists that had music videos in New York too. So it was very like, wow, that's like so cool.
And they would do like the daily top 10, and that's how I always knew like all the music videos from like my childhood, because they would just play
You
it.
are dating us. What are you doing?
And
We're supposed to appear as young as they are. What are you doing? Okay, so your training experience.
you were a trainee in South Korea too, right?
I was there. I was trainee 2 times in the same company. One when I
Okay.
was 16 and another when I was 21.
Wow.
Okay, this is completely self-indulgent, so if you don't want to answer, it's fine. We just started recapping Universe League, and Park Han is on the show.
We trained together. He's amazing. He's an all-rounder. I love him so much.
We just started recapping it this past week.
we did episode 1 last week. I drafted him in my team, so
He's amazing.
Okay, Lei, you're up next. I'm going to start with our connection, Lei, you and I, specifically together. Our favorite movie is The Sound of Music. We can both say it proudly. Yes, absolutely. So you said you've watched The Sound of Music like 15 times?
Yeah, so growing up, we had like a Rogers and Hammerstein like set of like the 3 musicals. I think it was Oklahoma, Sound of Music, and maybe The King and I. Maybe we had 2. I remember more than 2.
Yes. No, yes. We honed to the same set. Thank you.
And we would watch that at home. We would watch it on road trips. Like if we had there was like one car that we drove at some point that had like one of the like the players that comes down from like the
the DVD player. Yeah,
Sound of Music. Every time we like drove long distance.
Do you have a favorite Von Trapp child? Because I did play Kurt when I was little, so if you say Kurt, I will feel really good about myself.
Yeah, I guess I don't know if I can pick like a favorite child, but I have a favorite line. Like my family has a favorite
child.
One line. I don't know if you remember this, but it's like one of the kids is like, "I wonder what grass tastes like."
I'm almost positive that's Kurt. I'm pretty sure. So that's perfect.
Oh,
do you not know your own lines?
No, it's not that I like favor
Do you
him.
remember your lines still?
No, but okay. So when I was in The Sound of Music, this is so
This
stupid.
stuff,
We're totally cutting this because this is not interesting for anybody who cares. When I was in it, I was so young. My sister was in high school, and so they needed like kids to play the rest of the kids. So that's how I got in the show. But I was so short that technically Kurt's supposed to be the 3rd child because it's like stepping order. But they had to switch the order of the children. I couldn't be younger than Gretel, but they did go Gretel, Kurt, then Marta. So it would like looked weird when I was in it.
Boop, boop.
But I was incredible. I have to be honest.
Of course,
At
you
the
are.
ripe age of, what are you in first grade? 7? I was great. Okay, then the other thing is that you have an a cappella background. Okay, do you want to talk about this, or are you too embarrassed? Or it's okay
No,
if you want to. I'm just kidding.
the true reason I came out here today is to break the stigma of a lot of things have happened in my acapella journey. It's part of like a huge part of the reason I wanted to like sing in a group of like other singers, like providing different like voice
Yeah.
parts. But yeah, I'll brag about like my current acapella experience. Like I'm also singing in a group from Berkeley called Pitch Slaps. The group has I don't know if you know like Lizzie McAlpine,
Sure, yeah.
the Habits, like the one member from Pentatonics, like the
Oh, cool. Okay.
amazing people have like come out of this group, and I'm just happy to like I'm just like sitting there like happy to be a part of it.
That's amazing.
No, it's cool. Acapella gets a bad rap. It's true. I don't think Glee helped the situation, even though they were not an acapella group in Glee.
Very,
Grant Gustin.
Yeah, there was one.
very
What about
integral
Pitch
part of my
Perfect?
childhood.
Yeah, well, Pitch Perfect was the big one. Like I'm sure the Cup song, like ran through
The acapellas.
the
Yeah.
acapellas. Yeah.
Glee. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Audrey, Cup song cover when?
Song cover soon.
We Warblers, a bunch of like hot guys in a bunch of like suits.
Yeah. Teenage
Listen.
Dream.
I think you could do. We're just gonna give you some free ideas. I think you could totally do a Teenage Dream Warbler concept with like the Blazers.
Oh, the Blazer,
that would be
for sure.
so. I mean, that like fits in the like boy group, like different, different flavors of boy
School
groups.
uniform.
Yeah.
They're gonna get tired of it, but sometimes I make them. I'm like, let's do a harmony, and then we sit there for like,
Yes!
Yeah. Bring harmonies back to K-pop. Bring harmonies back to K-pop. Woo! Okay, Eddie, you're up next. First of all, my mom probably actually knows you since she watches Criminal Minds. So I'm sure she's seen you, which is very exciting.
My mom too. My mom keeps Criminal Minds, 24/7.
I think they keep renewing it for our mother. I think that's why it's still on the air.
Yes.
You're like my oldest credit right now, or like one of my older credits. But
How old were you when you were in that?
14, 15?
Wow.
Wow.
You were younger. Really tiny.
I was a
man.
baby.
You went to school for theater direction?
I'm still going to school for theater.
Oh, you're still going to school for it. Okay. Nice. What excites you about theater direction? As people who went to school for theater,
Yeah.
to be honest.
I grew up doing theater, and in high school too, I was a part of the International Thespian Society. And I was
Yes,
like,
ITS, honey. Yes.
yeah, I mean, I always craved being on stage, and I think that also fed into my K-pop dreams because, much like musical theater and K-pop, it's a lot of live performance, audience interaction, acting, singing, and dancing. So I think that was the main reason why I even did theater. But theater directing is a whole other beast. Everything is so intentional, psychological. You have to ask all these questions. And it's so stressful and rewarding and exciting to just work the process. Because I think in a lot of TV and film directing, it just kind of happens on the spot. And you don't have time to work on your character and work with others, especially in sequence. But theater, it's just a whole process and you really become family. So yes, it's near and dear to my heart.
The king. Absolutely. Oh, this is so exciting.
Do you guys have like a dream like musical?
The interviewers have become the interviewees. Hold on. I was not prepared for this. Do we have a dream musical? Like we'd be in?
Or like,
Dream role.
oh. Well, I always tell Adam that like he's gonna grow into playing like Mayor Shin in the Music Man. Like,
I know that all.
he's just gonna hit like all of those roles. Mayor Shin.
Cool.
No, I was in the Barbershop Quartet for Music Man.
Oh.
I was in the barbershop quartet in high school in the music
Oh,
band.
Hey, wait.
I was the first tenor.
The first 10? Oh.
I would say genuinely, if I could do anything, I would play Mary Poppins in Mary Poppins.
yo,
It's,
When you showed me Chorus Line for the first time, we watched the movie, so like bad, but like we've seen productions of Chorus Line since. And I think that would be like just such a great show to like direct because it's so meaty and like I mean very much like K-pop. When we covered Boys Planet, we were like, it feels like Chorus Line. Like everyone has a story. They want the opportunity to like be on stage and like perform. And I just think like you can really get your hands dirty with like, you know, like getting a good performance out of those shows. So.
We talk about it a lot, that the thing that we like about what drew us to K-pop, one of the aspects is the earnestness that is there in musical theater is also there in K-pop. Like there is no like, oh, I just want to do it because it's cool. Like there is that, but there's so much like, I really want to do this because it's my dream.
Yeah.
And I think we're kind of currently in a miasma of culture in America that's just like, I just do it because it's not cringe.
It's
and
cool.
It's like,
yeah, whatever. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not into that. That's not for me. But I'm just a couple years older than you guys, so it's fine. Wait, Alaya, did you have one? Because
do you guys
seemed
have
like you had a role?
I have always kind of wanted to be like low key, like a theater kid, but I was always too scared. But I love musicals. I don't watch a lot, but I do love musicals. My favorite though is Hairspray, and I would love to be Link.
Of course.
Oh,
and I'm Link.
I was also in Hairspray.
Who are you?
I was IQ, so I was just one of the nicest kids in town.
IQ.
My dream role is Evan from Dear Evan Hansen, but
of course, yeah.
Every single night to cry and belt like that.
But you can do it.
Much. No.
You can do it.
Okay, waving through a window cover. Stat.
Okay? Audrey, another free idea.
Waving
through a window cover.
I learned to slam on break before I even turn the key. Before I make a mistake.
You're hired, kid. You're hired.
Yeah.
That was your audition.
The producer's hiring.
Yeah, you're hired. Lay, do you have one? Did you do theater growing up?
I've always been like a theater adjacent kid because of acapella.
Okay.
I've never been in.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the full musical, but maybe like Jersey Boys.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because so they do like all of the 4 seasons. Like I would love to be a part of that.
Oh yeah.
There's a.
I've not been in. That's the one I can't say I've been in.
There's a great another barbershop musical called Forever Plaid, which you would be great in.
Oh yeah.
That one's cool.
Let's talk about the music video, the song specifically. Eddie, you had a chance to assist with lyric writing and developing the choreo.
Well, as far as from the lyrics, a big component of our group is storytelling, and also kind of balancing that Asian American identity and, you know, learning Korean and that being a part of our repertoire and our experience as trainees, and kind of experimenting and exploring the advantages of using a certain language at a certain time, because English and Korean and all languages have certain nuances to them. So how can we really make the most out of each lyric? Mm-hmm. So my cousin Joshua Huang and Audrey, our CEO, sat down and just really brainstormed, and we came up with a million different ideas, but the lines that we have in it are the ones that we love and I think represent our story. As far as choreo, we were looking at a lot of inspirations. Super Junior, NSYNC, I think, were our 2 main inspirations. Like a lot of stickiness, a lot of like, not to make a pun, but like resetting in the position and like isolations and a lot of bumps and like kicks, little hip hop adjacent. So it was just a lot of fun.
How was it like for you guys, like recording the track and filming the music video?
We had around a week to do everything. Learn the video, record the song, and so it was a lot, but I'm really proud of us, like that we did that. I think we had like 3 or 4 days to learn the dance, and then we had the music video, and in between the dance practices, we would also be going to the recording studio. I think I really enjoyed everything, but being in the recording studio with these 2, really, I was like, wow, like it's really happening. Like we're here, like we're recording. It was my first time in a recording studio also, so I was like, oh my God, like this is so cool. I always like dreamed about like having that little like circle mic. Yes, I always like dreamed about
like
it.
Singing it like this, like
oh yeah, the like for the plosives.
Yes, yeah, the like full.
Here's also another highlight, which is very like it's a very like minuscule thing probably, but we had like these like mics during.
Yes, the headset mic. Yeah.
Yes, that's been my dream for all of my life to have. Like when I was growing up, I used to like put a straw in my ear and I'd like pretend like I was like singing. So finally having that moment to like really have one, I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god, yes.
Amazing.
Full Britney moment in the like walking up the steps and she does the
Oh yeah,
I just need the snake.
yes.
perfect.
There you go. That's another cover idea. To do
Oh
the
my
snake.
god.
Oh yes, baby, I'm here forever.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Definitely one of the most like the most fun but also kind of like rewarding experiences that we had when we were in LA shooting was this one scene, the Rain Room studio that we
Yes.
it was like a new experience for all of us, but we kind of just went in there and like locked in. There was a lot of rain, a lot of dancing and hoping we didn't slip, and a ton of adrenaline. There's this one scene where I do a little bit of bending, and
Yes, I remember that. I was at first I was like, who was that?
let's just say I can't do it on command. I can't do it now. It was a one-time experience.
Because it was Lay's first time on like a set like ever. That was the first day. We only had 2 shoot days.
Mhm.
He's like all like shy in front of the camera, and then the Rain Room comes in. He's just like arching his back all the way and pounding the floor. Oh, it was
Wow.
See, when that rain hits, you just don't know what's
Activate.
gonna come. Yeah, you activate. The pop star activate.
Everyone screamed.
everyone screamed the loudest.
He did the arch, and then everyone was like, ah!
Oh my
Oh
god,
my
that's
God.
amazing. Can I? The most exciting part of the video, which you're gonna be so annoyed that I think this is the most exciting part of the video, but the reveal at the end that it's like maybe an alternate universe. I was so gagged. I couldn't have been more gagged by this.
They got us. They got us.
Can I? Is there a possibility, a hope that there's more to come with that, or was this a one-time
Oh,
situation?
they're nodding. Okay.
It is.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Oh my god, it's so exciting.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Well, yes. Yes.
Great. Okay, we have a couple fun questions. We got to get some classic K-pop questions out of the way.
Yeah.
All right, just quickly, Mint Choco, who's a fan, who's not a fan?
Wow.
Yay! Yay!
You can eat it if it's there,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
I don't prefer it.
You're not a mint. What are your favorite ice cream flavors?
Cookies and cream.
Yes.
I like chocolate or like fruit. Like it's like either or.
Okay.
Mm.
Also a plain tart guy.
Oh, like a froyo plain tart. Yeah.
Oh, you're so LA. A froyo plain tart. Oh my god.
Oh my god, that is so funny.
Lay, you're from Boston. Tell us what the real people like for ice cream.
It's potholes, just potholes of ice cream.
Pineapple on pizza? Yes or no?
I'm okay with it.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yay! Good
Yeah.
job. Good answer.
Correct.
And then because Eddie's the Magne, we have to know for both Alaya and Lay, a 5-year-old Eddie or 5 Eddies.
Personally, 5 Eddies. I think we could make an acapella group with 5 Eddies.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You're nothing if not consistent.
It's like low production.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be great.
You could do your own sound of music with all the kids.
Do you guys have official K-pop? Do you have official representative emojis for your members yet?
The day ones kind of decided that I was like a raccoon.
Okay. Yeah.
Perfect.
I was even at first, but I starting to love it. Yeah.
It was like, you guys think I look like a raccoon?
a trash bag. Like
me, it's red panda.
Yes.
Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Am I a regular panda? I forgot
I
already.
think it was like panda or like a cat. I don't know. 'Cause he's
Yeah,
like-
it's like a panda or cat, I think.
Panda or cat? Do you feel your personality fits one or the other?
I would always personally choose cat just because I'm a big cat lover, but I think panda is pretty good too. I once saw, or like on Instagram, you see all these videos of like pandas being lazy, just existing,
Oh yeah.
surviving.
Yeah.
Are you a viber? Are you like a homebody, or are you like out and about singing harmonies with with the dudes?
In
With
my
the bros?
head, I'm a bit of a panda, but I'm definitely a little bit too like workaholic.
Okay.
I think that's a common.
Yeah, I also think like if you're getting into K-pop, you want to like do as much in order to like, perform and get yourself out there. So I totally get it.
Where do you guys want to tour? When you finally go on your
Yes.
global stadium tour, where do you guys want to go?
Yeah, when we do the Press the Rewind stadium tour, where are we going?
LA, Boston, New York. I really want to go to Mexico and Tokyo. I really want to go to Greece. That's like a dream destination I want to go.
Oh.
Greece.
I mean, like we have to check out the data, like where our listeners are. But I would love to hit. I would love to hit like.
Oh my god.
We do concerts, and we can like bring our music to those.
Yeah.
For me, as long as it's like we do one in LA, I don't know, like my hometown. I feel like our group is very LA coded in a way, and also anywhere in South America because I heard like concerts there just go even louder.
They're crazy. Yeah.
I love. Well, you've got real time data, Lay, that you have 2 fans in Chicago.
Yes.
And so
Out Chicago. I want the pizza.
Oh yes.
yeah, well, you'd finally have good pizza for the first time in your life, so that would be very exciting for you from New York. I said it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you do about it? Huh?
Yeah.
I think one of my friends said that they had deep dish pizza and it was bad. Did they just go to a bad place or?
Okay, here's the thing. Here's the tea.
with
Let
Chicago
me tell you the secret. The secret is that the deep dish pizza is for the tourists.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Real Chicagoans eat flat tavern style, which is cut into squares, and the cheese goes all the way to the crust, and it's so good.
Interesting. Okay. You definitely need to try that.
We'll try it when we tour Chicago.
Mhm.
Yes,
Perfect.
which you will, and we'll book the venue for you, Audrey. So
And any favorite foods, just generally.
Fruits?
you said foods.
Oh,
Right now, I have a fixation on maple syrup.
Okay, let's talk about this maple syrup. Where did it come from? Did you like go to Canada?
Yes,
and
yes,
then,
you
like,
talked about this in your matcha. That's crazy.
Yeah, your matcha.
No, I used to use agave.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
And I ran out, and my mom was like, "Oh, like just try maple syrup."
Try this other syrup.
And I
It's
was-
right here.
I don't know. And then I did it, and it changed my life forever. Now I only use maple syrup with a little bit of salt too.
Wow. It has to
Wow.
be okay.
That's a sophisticated palate.
I
My God.
know.
Gives a lot of depth. If you ever make matcha, make sure it's very good quality matcha. Put in some whatever milk you'd like, and add some salt. Best matcha ever.
Amazing.
Okay. I might try this out tomorrow.
I've been really into like tamales lately. I love tamales. I don't know, just like getting it
So good.
So good.
kind of open, see that stretch of like the meat. I love all tamales, and I love koguma, which is like the Korean like yam sweet potato. I don't know why I love it.
Oh yes,
I
yeah.
love corn.
Very clean of you.
Yeah, it's very cool.
I like water and orange juice.
Wow.
I have the fridge stocked up with orange juice for them.
Are you a Tropicana? Are you a Florida Orange?
No, we can't say brand names, you stupid. What are you doing?
I like,
I'll-
probably been getting like 200% of my like daily sugar intake from bowls of fruits, like blueberries, grapes, like apples, like bananas. Just chop them up. But
I'm not a
like-
doctor, but I think it's okay if it comes from like natural sugars.
Yeah,
So
that's fine. Fructose.
yeah.
Fruit.
Yeah.
But something I've also like I really really like, but I'm really bad at cooking it is like plain plantain. Wait, plain
Plantain.
Plantains?
someone said it was pronounced like mountains.
Plantains. Or like tostones, where it's like they squish it and then they fry it. Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Filipino food?
Oh, thank you so much for asking.
Thank you for asking me this
Thank you
question.
for asking. Thank you. Yeah, let's ask Adam.
My
What's
favorite
your
Filipino
favorite
food. Okay, so I went for the first time. So okay,
Went
hold
to
on. I have to fix my Eddie
Your
headband.
Eddie
I'm
headband?
doing Eddie cosplay today.
yeah. There you go.
There's this place that serves this like breakfast rice cake
Mhm.
that you dip into caramel coconut like
Like
drizzle.
molasses,
It
basically.
is. RJ had to take the plate away from me.
Have you had balut?
Yes, I've had balut. There's always just like ladies in the street with like a basket, and you just roll up and then you get one. That's the egg, the fertilized egg.
Oh,
We did not make Adam try
No,
this.
we didn't do that for the white man. We did not do that.
We love pork, so anything like fried pork is great.
Sinigang.
Yes, that's the sour soup.
Yes.
It's correct me if I'm wrong, but I used to really like dinuguan.
Dinuguan, yes, that's the pork blood
Yeah.
stew.
Oh yeah, honey.
Yeah.
From Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. I
From
know.
Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
My godmother is from the Philippines, actually.
Oh, amazing.
She told me I was a little like scared.
Mhm.
So I haven't had it in a long time, but it was my favorite. I used to go to like the Filipino like buffets, and I would like serve so much.
Well, a Filipino buffet is just a buffet, so every Filipino meal is a buffet. So
The noodles.
the noodles
noodles.
pancit. So there's
Pancit,
pancit.
yeah.
Yeah, pancit, and it's like depending on where you're from, there are different kinds. The bihon is like the really thin rice noodles, but then we have like thicker noodles too, like chow mein. Pancit's great.
Are there any Midwestern delicacies that you wanted to ask about from me? I'm happy to share.
What's your favorite?
What potato do you like, Adam?
Just kidding. It's fine. Wrapping up, what do you guys wish to accomplish in Rewind? What's next?
Definitely, I just hope that our message gets seen. I hope mainly two things that people can see that there's not only one path. I originally thought that there was only one path into debuting, and there's always going to be another one. If you look around, there's always somewhere else you can find, and maybe it'll be surprisingly better, and also I just hope that us being Asian American can inspire other people. I know that me as a child would feel really like empowered to see a group of Asian Americans debuting, and overall I just hope that people connect with our music, love our music, and I hope to grow and meet more day ones.
By doing what we're doing right now, with releasing music, and yeah, maybe like setting, having another case of representation of like Asian Americans doing music in the U.S. I really hope that we inspire some kids or like just anyone to go out, like find a bunch of friends and try making music together. Like I know that it's not like there's a shortage of that happening, but never too few.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of our story is like taking a chance, but I think as we get older and wiser and hopefully have accomplished a lot, I think it's also important to take a chance on people as well.
Take a risk on me this time.
Press that rewind. Yeah, our style will only continue to evolve. It's gonna mature, maybe some more lore, but I will definitely say that this is as blue as the skies will get in terms of our concept right now. So.
Oh goodness.
Oh. Mm.
Like I'm like,
Ooh.
what does that mean?
What does that mean?
It's the meme of the lady with the numbers.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, anything you want to say to day ones? They've been waiting for so long for you guys to debut.
For those who stayed till the end of this video, to those fans that are new or who have stayed there from day one, thank you so much for watching.
Thank you for supporting our debut single Forever and our pre-release song Reset. Give this video a like and a thumbs up. Subscribe. Hit that subscribe button.
And the Ampliverse Patreon too.
Yes.
For exclusive content.
We love it.
We didn't even ask them, guys.
We
They're
didn't
just
pay
they're
them.
just giving them. They're just giving them.
Your check's in the mail. Don't worry. Thank you.
Yeah, there's so much in store, so much that we're planning to work on. So don't get sick of us. Just keep on supporting.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. This was so exciting to talk to you. Once again, congratulations. This is such an exciting time in all of your lives, I'm sure. And I hope you look back on all this time fondly.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah.
I want it to end. I'm so sad.
And stay healthy, please.
Yes.
Please. Remember to sleep. Remember to eat.
Drink. Eat your fruits. Eat your bowls of fruits.
Eat your many bowls of
Yeah,
fruit
your
you're eating,
200% intake of sugar and fruits. Make sure you keep that up. Stay healthy.
And thank you so much. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you for coming.
Make a D
Uh-huh.
and then a 1 and then day 1. You can put them together. You can put them
Oh,
next.
cute.
Oh, cute.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes.